everyone. I welcome you all for this evening for today's theme of the discussion Women's Mental Health in the Time of COVID 19. I'm your host, Deepa Chaudhary, and this discussion today is being recorded live on Times India TV and C8TV.net. So, we have four speakers for this evening: Ms. Rachna Babbar, Miss Anar Mehta, Miss Renuka Sood, and Miss Rabia Bhatia. I welcome all of our eminent speakers and our attendees, along with our founder, Mr. Raja Rao Appagidapalli. So, in the interest of time, may I invite our first speaker, Ms. Rachna Babbar. She is the Vice Principal, Prudence School, Ashok Vihar, Delhi. I would like to invite her to share her insights for this evening's theme, Women's Mental Health in the Time of COVID-19. Welcome, ma'am, Ms. Rachna Babbar.
Thank you so much, Ms. Deepa. It's wonderful to be here on this platform. And the topic, what we are discussing today, is, of course, very, very important and close to our hearts. I think four of the women who are already here in this group. And I think men or women, that way, I would say that each one of us in the society is so deeply connected that it actually affects the entire humanity. But yes, definitely, once we are talking about women's mental health today. So, moving ahead, before that, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Raja Rao's presence over here. Thank you so much, Mr. Raja Rao, for inviting us here. Ms. Anar Mehta, better now? All right. Miss Rabia, who's a dear friend, and I think who's always seen on many platforms and keep encouraging people to connect on such platforms. And Miss Deepa, of course, I think I have been seeing you on many other platforms other than today's. So I welcome everyone on this evening. And moving ahead with respect to the topic, I would like to say that mental health during the COVID 19 pandemic. The pandemic has taken a toll on everyone's mental health, especially for women. The percentage of women experiencing symptoms of depression and anxiety have surged majorly during this time and more. So, this year, with the second wave hitting. According to most mental health studies out there, young girls and women are getting the worst of it with increased familial responsibilities, curbed personal space, and lesser resources, limiting financial independence. Distress has also been stemming from decreased social interactions and the extreme fear of succumbing to the illness. COVID 19 has hit women more profoundly in several areas than men. Around 70% of the frontline workforce is made of women right now. The nurses, the community health workers, and of course, the doctors. The fatality rate, witnessing mass death and informing families of the bereaved, has taken its toll on everyone. Severe burnout due to the immense number of commitment has also increased anxiety amongst the women. It's truly a horrific time to be in, and therefore, as an educator, I just have a few things I would really want more people to understand, that we need to treat people with kindness. Asking for help, seeking a therapist's help should be as normal as going to a doctor's for any kind of flu or any kind of treatment. In fact, the mental health is so stigmatized and that prevent way too many women or people in general from getting the right assistance, which needs change. The thought process actually requires a major shift. Another very crucial thing being the fact that we need to realize that it's completely okay to take some time off. It's okay to feel sad, overwhelmed, anxious, and exhausted. These feelings are absolutely normal. Rather than belittling someone's trauma and telling them to stop like a baby, stop crying like a baby, or one should learn to be helpful by following a few simple steps. So instead of telling the person who's suffering that their trouble is not worth worrying about and they should not be taking stress, we can simply ask them if there's anything we can do to help and acknowledge the fact that they're struggling by not asking them to just deal with it, but being proud of them for hanging in there and actually making it.
And I indeed agree with that. And I uh, have my affirmation with you that women work life balance now that we are working from home also along with the household work. So
Absolutely.
that's something a lot of people may not be understanding that. So with that thought, may I invite our next speaker, Ma'am Anar Mehta. She is the founder of Srishti Bharat Foundation. Welcome, ma'am, Ms. Anar Mehta. And I request you to please share your views on women's mental health in the time of COVID-19. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deepa. Good evening, my friends. It gives me immense pleasure to be in the same room as such hardworking and enterprising women leaders who have carried out works that benefit society on a macro level. Your actions inspire me to continuously enhance my ideas. Before we begin a discussion, let me pray that you and your family members are safe during this pandemic. I would also like to pray for those who have departed us in recent past. It has been a tough time, and I salute this confluence of leaders for being able to generate positive ideas that will shape our country's future. Coming to the topic on the concerns about the coronavirus outbreak and women experiencing significant distress should be evaluated. COVID-19 pandemic is impacting everyone, each and everyone, women and child and men, some more drastically than others. For a number of families, it could be making big changes in everyday routines due to financial hardships. Beyond such direct impacts of the virus, there are direct and indirect effects. We are living through an intense period for family life governed by a unique set of very strong external boundaries. Physical contact and close emotional contact have been mandated in many places by orders to remain within living units. This makes for powerful shared processes. It also makes for sometimes painful intentional choices about who is in close contact with whom, that is, who is included within the boundary of close contact and who is excluded. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food system, and the world of work. The economic and social restriction caused by the pandemic is devastating. The recent COVID-19 pandemic has had significant psychological and social effects on the population. The research has highlighted the impact on psychology well-being of the most exposed groups, including women, children, health workers, who are most likely to develop post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, and other system of distress. The social distance and the security measures have affected the relationship among people and their perception of empathy towards others. COVID-19 poses a threat to women's livelihood and increase their burden of work at home. The pandemic is exposing and exploiting inequality of all kinds, including gender equality. In the long term, its impact on women's health, rights, freedoms, COVID harms us all. Women are already suffering the deadly impact of lockdowns and quarantines. These restrictions are essential, but they increase the risk towards women trapped with abusive partners. In recent weeks, we are seeing an alarming global surge in domestic violence. the largest support organization in the UK, reported a 700% increase in calls of domestic violence, and most of them were of sexual abuse. Our National Commission of Women Delhi also faced same such issues. At the same time, support services for women at risk face cuts and closures. Looking ahead, measures to stimulate the economy like cash transfer, credit loans, and bailouts must be targeted at women in all the sectors of the economy. Women, due to these factors, has higher level of depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress symptoms as compared with normal controls. Women reported significantly more perceived helplessness as compared to men and other controls. COVID-19 pandemic has affected women more profoundly than men in several areas, both at workplace as well as home, especially in the health and the social sector. A lack of adequate domestic and emotional support have consequence on women's health. Nevertheless, we should consider this pandemic as an opportunity to build a better, strong, more resilient society that could bring relief as well as hope to all women on earth. We hope that this pandemic will also help to recognize the major role of women at home and at the workplace. To achieve this goal, United Nations recommended allocating additional resources to protect women, putting women at the center of policy, changing and collecting more sex-designated with to analyze the impact of pandemics on women. This pandemic is not only challenging global health systems, but our commitment to equality and human dignity with women's interest and right front and center. We can get through this pandemic faster and build more equal and resilient communities and society that benefit everyone with the support of each other. Thank you, Jai Hind and Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insights and your thoughts and the data and the numbers that you have provided. And they are very well apt, and all of us can relate to it. Now, when I say that this theme for this evening is the women's mental health in the time of COVID-19, is there anything good that has come up? I would like to know it from Ma'am Rabia Bhatia. I welcome her here on our session today, Women's Mental Health in the Time of COVID-19. Ms. Rabia Bhatia is the founder of EdWeb Studio channel. And here, I would specifically like to ask, is there something positive that this pandemic has done for women health? Or is it only negative we have?
See, first of all, Deepa, I would like to say thanks to Raja Ram Rao. Thank you so much, sir, for inviting all of us on this platform to share our views on such a important topic. This is the need of the hour because of the fact that as my co-speakers, Ms. Rashna and Ms. Anar has already stated such details about the evidence, the proof that how the women has been affected at the same point of time, they are taking care of the physical health of their kids and their family as well. At the same point of time, when somebody is getting demotivated, for example, their child is getting demotivated, thinking about their career, women is the person in the house who is handling and who is encouraging her child also at the same point of time. Men are actually, little worried about their work, about their professional life, about their career, about their businesses. But at the same point of time, we as women, we are there to give them the mental support that yes, we are there at the back of you. You don't have to worry. If this doesn't go well, we will start something different. Let's plan out. Let's discuss. So I think women have become more calm. This is the most important factor and the most positive side of the lockdown, that women have become more calm now. Women have become more stronger than earlier to fight against each and every challenge, whatever may come across in their lives. Now, think about a factor. Take a housewife, right? There's only, suppose a one person is the earning person. Either her husband or her father is the only earning person in the family. If she loses her temper, or she gets demotivated, or becomes negative about this particular situation, how will she support her spouse? How will she support her father at the same point of time? So I think the mental peace, the lockdown has affected positively in such a case that women has actually started thinking more positively, that yes, everything is a part and parcel of life, and they can think more wisely also. Now they have become more wise, in fact. Why? Because the more wise they become, the more stronger they become, and the more they will be able to help support others as well. So if there is only one earning person, still they will be able to manage. In that small amount of earnings also, they will be able to, what they will do, they will stop going out, they will stop purchasing their own purchases, they stop purchases, they will sacrifice everything, so that they can take care of their family in those but small amount of earnings, what their father or their husband is earning for them. So I think the positive side is that the woman can handle any situation and can manage everything in big earnings also and small portions of earnings also. They have learned a lot now. And that is where the positive side is that men have understood how their wives, how their mothers, and how their sisters have been handling each and every situation so calmly, and have always been supporting them since a long time. No doubt, as Ms. Anal Mehta rightly said, that domestic violence have increased. The sexual harassment has increased because of the fact men are getting frustrated, and they're frustrated. They are taking out their frustration on their wives. They are taking out their frustrations on their mothers. So domestic violence has increased. However, there are families where men are supporting women also. Fathers are supporting their daughters. Brothers are supporting their sisters. Brothers are supporting their mothers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 positive things which has happened when it comes to the women's mental peace, because now they are relaxed, that if they are at home, or they are not at home, that doesn't matter. Their husband, their father will be able to manage their houses, will be able to cook, and they can relax for some time. So this is the positivity of the lockdown. As you asked me, what is the positive side? And the most important factor, that women are able to do what they wanted to do, maybe at the age of 40, maybe at the age of 30. Because of this online thing, they are able to show their talent online. So the positive side of this lockdown doesn't have only the negativity, but the positives as well, because women are becoming like warriors, and they are working non-stop in any field. I'm so sorry, Miss Deepa. I'll just take 1 minute. So the women mental peace, they have been happier more than earlier days. Why? Because men are supporting them, and women are able to showcase their talent. There are women I know who stopped working after marriage, but now after a gap, they have started working again through these online channels. They have come forward and started showcasing their skills, learning. They have started learning new things so that they can earn for their family. So one, this is the positive, another positive side on their women's mental health. They are not actually getting this turmoil affecting on their mental peace. Rather, they are taking it as a challenge to help and support the society, to help and support their families, and to help and support her own self. So that's all I would like to say here, Ms. Deepa.
Totally agree, Rabia. As they say that everything has its own pros and cons and vices and virtues. So as Ms. Rachna Babbar, Ms. R. Mehta, they've already mentioned what were the difficulties what have been created, and now you added a lot of positivity to it. Thank you so much. Before we move to on to our next speaker, I guess she's not here yet. Let me invite one of our attendees, Suchita Vatsal. Ma'am, would you like to share your views now that you've heard both sides, the positive and the negative of it? What is your experience?
I am for positive side. Definitely. I experienced a lot of positivity in my life, at least in terms of family. We are more closer, and in terms of relatives also, we are getting in touch with everybody, and we are psychologically very much stronger than previously. We are not focusing on small things and trivial things we avoid, and we are more focused on relationships and the psychological part. I say losing somebody is something which makes us fearful, and then we are closer than previously we were.
I was about to come. I was coming to that. Nowadays we are hearing that so many casualties, so many lives, people passing away. So we are valuing that each day with our loved ones, with our old lost friends also, and with having no bitterness at all. We want to carry on with our lives with a lot of love and with a lot of forgiveness. What I have realized.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for letting me speak.
Thank you so much. Rabia, were you willing to say something? Sorry, did I
No.
interrupt?
I was just saying that the Ms. Shweta has already touched a very beautiful point that because the way you said it was very rightly said by you that we have become more emotional, or already women are emotional, but because of this pandemic, because we are losing out somebody or the other every day, every second we hear one person's has left us from this earth. So these things is actually affecting our mental health, which is why we are able to make more beautiful relations, not only with our close families but with our extended families, with our lost friends. We are trying to find out our lost friends. We are trying to make out the connections with our lost friends so that we can check out their well-beings as well. And in fact, we have become so careful while talking to somebody that somebody's mentally should not get hurt because of our words. So we use our words wisely now. We use our words more wisely now. We use our wisdom, we use our knowledge, and we connect both knowledge and wisdom together. And that is how we are able to make strong bonds with our students, with our colleagues, with our friends, with our extended families. Maybe somebody, we might have not spoken to somebody for a few years now, maybe 6 to 7 years, but now we are going ahead and we are touching base with that person to understand if they are absolutely fine, if their family is fine. So it has become more easy, plus it has become more important, in fact, not only for women, I would rather say it is for all of us, to please start respecting each and every life. Each and every person is valuable. Every
Sorry.
somebody Yeah, Miss Suchita, you wanted to say something?
We have become more
I think
spiritual than ever.
yes,
We are trusting.
absolutely.
We are trusting Almighty more than ever.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
we
This
are
is one
believing
point.
on karma. That is the
Karma.
thing that comes out to be a positive side of this all stress and all the
Stress.
pandemic.
Excellent point touched, Ms. Suchita. Yes, we have become more spiritual and we have started believing in that one karma thing, you know. Do good to create good. If you are doing good for the society, obviously you will be able to create good fortune for yourself, for your family, and for your extended families as well. And this is for not for only this lifetime. This will go for further lifetimes as well. You know, we have started praying for each and every one. The most important fact, we started praying. This is the most positive side of it, that we have started praying. Stop thinking about everybody or asking everybody's well-being, but we have started. They are, in our prayers. Everybody is now in our prayers. That the entire nation should be protected. The residents of each and every society, the entire nation, entire world should be protected. So this is one positive
And
side, because women are more spiritual
yes.
actually as compared to the men. Yes, women are more spiritual. So we have started praying more actually, you know, for our mental peace, for our physical health, and for the other people's mental peace and their health.
The
Yes,
one point I had, which I guess none of us have talked about, how about when our kids are doing these online classes? It is we women who are sitting next to them. And teachers actually take, because I have a 4-year-old niece, and my mother, I mean, she sits with her for her online classes while my sister-in-law is working. And the teacher also knows, and she calls her by name and Dadi. So she says, "Oh, Vani and Dadi, please go to page number this." So that is the way my mother has learned how to operate online classes. I guess all these housewives, I guess they have never gone on to these online sessions, and the men are not doing it. I hardly see any men sitting with their kids for those online sessions.
yes,
So it's all the mothers, the
it's all the
grandmothers
mothers.
doing it.
Yes. You know why, Miss Deepa, why women have become more wise? I would rather say this is a wisdom actually they have got basically to go online to support their kids, to support their grandkids, to support their grandchildren. Why? Because of the fact, think about this, that if women go mentally weak, there would be no one in the family who would be supporting the entire family. There would be no one in the family who would be able to support the kids. Fathers, believe me, fathers cannot support the kids, cannot handle the kids without a mother. This is all, I think we all women can vouch
Yes.
for it, that it is us. Because of us, fathers will be able to handle the kids.
And we
So I
have
think,
started respecting nature also.
yes, absolutely. Very right,
That was the
exactly.
need of the hour, I think.
That was the need of the hour.
Yes.
Yes, true. Ms. Rachna, would you like to add on something?
The discussions and the interactions are so enriching, and I think we are moving from one perspective to another and another perspective to another. But yes, definitely we are touching the multiple, facets of it and the multiple phases of this particular conversation. So definitely, I think we started from one perspective that, this is how the mental health of women is being affected. And while I was sharing this today's, conversation with somebody, so I was also talking about that, hoping to have some solutions today. So moving ahead with these solutions, of course, we all have those solutions. We are leading our lives with those solutions only because we know. I mean, inside, if my children are not well, if my husband is unwell, or probably if somebody else in my family is unwell, how much mentally weak I am feeling, or anybody for that matter is feeling. But yes, keeping those worries, keeping those concerns, keeping those stress at one side, you really want to be the strength of the house. You really want to be the strength of your, friends or the family, so that you can support them in whichever best possible way you can. So of course, I mean,
Absolutely.
women is somebody who has always been, considered as a strength every time. So I think in this pandemic only, women have really involved, to the next level. So we are moving to the absolutely touching the next set of benchmarks. But yes, saying so, I would also want, and I would also like to pray to God that this pandemic should come to an end now, and let's utilize our strength in, much more in a all, different manner we can. So, I mean, that's the prayer I can say this evening with all of you being together.
Thank you so
So,
much. I would request Dr. Suraya Bano also to share her views. I noticed that she joined. Mama, are you there? And she wrote also that she very well agrees. Yes, she's unmuted herself.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am, we would love to hear from you.
very good evening to all. And I am very glad to meet all of you. And I hear daily this program. And I very appreciate all of you. You all join from various places. Thank you a lot for giving me such a beautiful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us here. And it's wonderful that you are attending our show on a daily basis and you like it so much. It's an honor. Uh, we have we do not have our next speaker as of now, Mrs. Sood. I thought she'll be joining late, but I have no Miss Renuka Sood. She's the President Haryana PSA CWA, and Mr. Rajarao, do you have any news from her, please?
Oh, okay, ma'am. Just leave her. Ma'am.
So, meanwhile, he's finding it out, and let me tell you one small little story. So, I was attending this one of the sessions where all these women in the leadership roles were attending it, and we were all speakers addressing another group of women there. So, and there was one of the questions and the discussions came up that, and there was a poll, okay, that in order to make it more interactive, they had organized this poll system. And one of the questions were, do you like working from home? Okay. And to everyone's surprise, almost 78% said yes. Okay. So, and the reason, and because they didn't know that the results will be displayed in another a couple of seconds, and so everyone was like, oh, you love working from home, we didn't know that. And they said, we have ample of time, we are able to manage our time our way. Why? Because we do not lose time commuting. Okay, we can get up and we can organize our day the way we want, a majority of it, and then we can get that me time also. Okay. And the small things and the creativity that they're doing with their kids, when they were working there in office, they were not able to do that. Imagine you're working on the laptop here and your kid is sitting and drawing next to you and keep asking you, how is this, and which color should I be using, and that, how difficult is that? That is easy. The kids are also not missing their mom, and the mom is also involved and she's there. You know, in a mother child relationship, what I notice is for the kids and for the mothers also, uh, that the kid or the presence matters, whether you're talking or not, whether you're telling all your stories or not. It's just that presence matters, and that is that a bonding that all of us have. Even with my mom, when she's at home, even I'm not doing it, even I'm not talking to her, but still I know that she's there in the other room, and uh, whenever she needs me, I'm there, and whenever I need her and she's there, somebody is there. So that kind of bonding and that kind of presence also is crucial when we are where the kid gets to see the mother, even I guess in the early morning hours or after office hours. Now they're getting to see her all the time. I guess they are demanding for and some new experimental cooking that has come up. Oh, we didn't talk about that experimental cooking and all the chefs, master chefs.
Deepa, you're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, so we forgot to talk about it. How India or other nations also, everybody turned into a master chef, and we had all the delicacies being made at home. So, Rabia, what all did you try?
Keep engrossed in our work, engaging ourselves in new activities, and which leads to happiness, which leads to new learning, which leads to new failures also and new successes also. And that is how we would not be able to demotivate ourselves and we would not get discouraged also because every time we are engrossed in doing something new. But having said that, I would like to say here, women, as I said, are full of emotions. And we can't cry, we can't show our tears in front of our kids, in front of our parents, in front of our spouses, because if we become weak, they will be shattered, right? They'll be shattered because we are the strongest pillar in our house, in our home. So it is very important for us also to take out our, maybe you can say, frustrations or take out our emotions. But for that, I would like to advise one thing over here. Sit in the alone room, sit in a locked room, start on some light music, and relax for some time. Calm down for some time so that, because you're not able to speak out your heart to anybody in the family or show your tears in the family, but this this can affect, this can spoil your health also. So it is very important to take out that me time for yourself. Take a cup of tea, listen to the music, just relax. Or call up a friend. Try to speak to your friend, somebody who can trust, who trusts you, and somebody you can trust on. And take out your heart. Speak out your mind so that those things, you're full of emotions, you're full of so many things. You should be able to talk to somebody, and there should be somebody to listen to you. Because of the fact, it is very important for you also to keep that balance, to keep that balance. Otherwise, you'll mentally get affected and you will fall for sure. It is not always the domestic violence, sexual harassment, but so much is happening around us. If we won't talk about it, if we won't share our feelings with somebody, then it can affect us also. Because we are also human beings. We also need to talk to somebody, to share our feelings, to share our problems with somebody. So it is very important to speak to your close friends who are there to support you, who lend their ears to listen to you. And it is very important for you also to be that person to your friend who can listen, who can lend your ear to that person and understand their mental state of mind. So, because of the fact this turmoil has actually, I mean, it's so bad and sadly affected us, all of us. Not only kids, not only teachers, not only parents, not only grandparents, that we as human beings are getting badly and sadly affected by this pandemic, by this lockdown, by this coronavirus. So each one of us needs somebody to share our problems and feelings. And if we find that person, I think we are blessed. We are really blessed if we have that one person with us.
And another way, if you are not blessed, you don't have a person to talk to, somebody
It's okay.
whom you lend a
Yeah.
ear, write down
Exactly.
calmly whatever you and tear it up.
Perfect.
That is the best
Best
way
way.
out.
Just pen down your thoughts, pen down your feelings.
Pen down.
Otherwise, the best
Uh,
way, if you actually are a very spiritual person and whichever God you believe in, sit in front of the God and take out your frustration, take out your emotions, take out your feelings, talk to your God. Believe me, you will get an answer if you have talked to them with full faith and full conviction. Believe me, you will get an answer to your problems.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Apriya Bhatia. You have expressed it so beautifully, so nicely, and so relatable to each one of us. And we found it very expressed from the bottom of your heart. So, with that thought and with those insights, I would like to wrap up this evening's session. Ms. Renuka Sood, she is not able to join us due to some circumstances. So that brings us to the end of our session this evening. I thank once again, I thank all of you. Yes,
Ms.
please.
Deepa, one message to all the women. I actually wrote it before the start of the session. It's a advice. It's a message to all the women, all the entire women in this nation. Things might make you feel low, but don't forget that you are a steel. Be real and deal it to heal.
Wonderful.
Wonderful,
Super.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. You added a lot of beauty and positivity to this session today.
Yes.
A lot of gratitude. So, with that thought, I would like to end this today's session and stay at home, stay safe, and wish you a lot of positivity around. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Take
Ms.
care.
Deepa, and thank you once again to
Thank you,
Sir
Raja.
Raja Rao for
Thank you.
inviting
Thank you.
us and
Thank you, All
giving us this
Excellencies.
platform,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.